Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Tuesday, July 26, 2016, around 8:06 in the evening in Billerica, Massachusetts. Sun is going down. Another humid and hot day in the 90s tomorrow. Could be a sea breeze to temporarily shut off the heat wave, but the rest of the week hazy, hot, and humid. Maybe some thunder showers, but nothing serious for rainfall, which we do need. And the days are getting shorter and shorter. We will be noticing it early next month when the crickets start coming out. Some news to report. Bruins forward Brad Marchand in a contract year. He wants in a new deal at least 7 years worth at least $49 million. The Boston Bruins could re-sign him to the maximum of 8-year contract. But if he goes on the open free agent market on July 1st, 2017, any other NHL team could sign him, but it's the maximum will be 7 years. Bruins, please sign Brad Marchand to a long-term contract. He's an offensive player, great offensive player. I think he could score 50 goals this upcoming season. And it's official. The Democratic Party nominated Hillary Rodham Clinton as president. She is the first female to be nominated for president of the United States for the major political parties, Democrat and Republican. So, less than 4 months away into Election Day. And when Election Day starts rolling around, we'll talk about the presidential candidates and some questions on the Massachusetts ballot. So, stay tuned. And that's about it on news. My third and final video blog subject of the night is about my take on debt. Debt is when you owe money to credit card bills, other people, and other stuff. Debt is not a good place to get into. They say 6 out of every 10 Americans in the United States is in some sort of debt. Probably the biggest reason that in debt is that they have the most likely reason many people go to college and they can't really afford college, so they have to take out student loans and they have to pay them off after they finish college, get a degree, and then they have to pay it off for a long time because the interest rates are sky high. Many people are for not going to college because they go for 4 years. They major in something they cannot get a job at after college, and are straddled with debt, and they're going to technical schools or medical schools, like a medical assistant, and getting into debt like that, it's hard to pay off. Another reason why people get into so much debt, credit cards. Credit cards, especially the young kids, 18 years old, when they get a credit card, they think a credit card is for free or stuff. They could charge stuff and they could pay it off later. They have a certain credit limit, and they have to pay a minimum payment or all of it at once. Sometimes they max it out to the limit and they can't really afford paying the limit because they don't have the money. So they pay the minimum payment, but they get charged interest, and that interest does not go away until you pay it off. And many of these kids charge maybe going to Dunkin' Donuts or going to buy some food or little stuff. Credit cards are for big ticket items, in my humble opinion, or big bills to pay off, like thousands of dollars, not something like $5, $10, which you might have on your on a debit card or cash on hand. But they just some people just want to build up credit. And what I think, if you're charging something, better pay it off immediately, in my humble opinion. Another way people get into debt is they buy houses and luxury items like boats and expensive cars. And some of the people who buy homes or expensive cars or expensive boats really cannot afford them, but they buy these luxury houses and boats and cars because the Joneses buy them. Like, they want to keep up with the Joneses, and if they don't have a good enough job or they get laid off from the job, they'll be stranded in the debt of the house, and that could lead to foreclosure. And once that happens, if you get a house foreclosed or your car repossessed or you cannot pay anything off, then you are a credit risk, and you'll get calls from debt collectors saying they want your money. And if you don't pay them off, you could go into jail for not paying off your debts. My humble opinion on debt is it's a thing that you could easily avoid if you charge stuff to the limit you could pay it off, in my humble opinion. Charge stuff where you could where you could pay it off within a reasonable amount of time. Don't max out your credit cards, please, if you cannot afford to pay them. And also, with other stuff, don't buy a house or a car that is so expensive that you can't afford it, and because that's not good. So that's my opinion on debt. It's easily to avoid if you know what you could pay. And that's about it on that. And I will be back tomorrow. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. 3 more video blogs coming for you. First video blog will be about the top 10 best knuckleball pitches of all time. Second video blog is about my take on this WWE concussion lawsuit, class action lawsuit that was filed recently. My opinion on that. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about the MBTA commuter rail route from Boston South Station to Greenbush in Scituate. Keep calm, everybody. And I'm a Julie Bennett guy. Molly Roseblood of WCCO. Oxen has nice legs. Elizabeth Hutto, so stunning. She's the best. Amy Squeezy is awesome. And Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11 in New York rocks and has nice legs. And Bob Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent. And in the words of Sean Lucha, get out! And tonight I'm going to be watching The Bad Guy, Scott Hall DVD from WWE Home Entertainment. This is the first DVD of the career of Scott Hall. Buy it. See you tomorrow.